Good morning, Virgo. Happy Saturday. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Thank you all so much for following me on this journey. I really appreciate all of your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't say that enough. All right. So this is going to be, I was thinking about my mother this morning. If you all have been around for me for the very beginning, since the other channel as well, you know my mother passed away in November of 2021. Okay. And I just thought about that message that I heard in my ear, that she was going to pass away. She was at my house on Thanksgiving. My family was. They were here for Thanksgiving, and she was doing fine, but I heard a voice in my ear. When I hear something in my right ear, I know that's the motherfucking truth. Okay. When I hear it in my right ear, okay. But anyway, the voice told me that my mother, that would be, all I heard was that would be her last Thanksgiving. That's what I heard. And I just immediately got upset. But I know I had already knew that she was like really, she had dementia, and she was just tired, y'all. She was just tired. I always thought, even when I was younger, that if anything happened to my mother, if she was like bedridden, she would just give up. That was just who she was. I knew that. So I was just preparing myself. I tried to prepare my daughter. I tried to prepare one of my oldest brothers and my sister, but they didn't want to hear it. No, she's going to be okay. And my sister-in-law, she all high and mighty, all high sedity, all that other BS bullshit. Excuse my expression. And I was just telling them, I said, Mama, she's not going to make it, and she was bedridden right when, the big C started, COVID. But she was in the hospital for a month, but she didn't have COVID. And we couldn't go visit her. So when they sent her back home, she had a bed sore on the back of her butt, like right up in the crack. It was horrible. Anyway, to make a long story short, she passed away 5 days before Thanksgiving 2021. I'm so glad that God prepared me for that. I'm glad I prepared my daughter and my brother, because they saw what my other siblings refused to see. They didn't want to put her on hospice. I tried to talk them into it, but they didn't. And my mother told me in April of 2021, I think I was feeding her or cleaning her or something. And she looked at me in the eye, and this is before she stopped talking. She said, "Nikki, I'm dying." I looked at her and I said, "I know." And the next day, because we were doing 24-hour shifts to care for her, me and my sister and my daughter. So I came home the next day and I worked on her obituary. Okay. Because I knew that she was gone. In 5 days, like I said, before Thanksgiving, she passed away. Okay. I don't know why Spirit allows some of us to hear the truth, whether other people want to hear it or not. I don't know if anybody else in my family had that inkling or that experience or whatever, but this reading is about why were you the one or the chosen one in your family to hear messages to those messages that you were receiving? Why were you warned? If you were warned, it may not resonate with everybody. Why were you warned about a loved one's passing? Okay, let's see. Why was Virgo warned about the death of a loved one? Really? Now y'all saw me shuffle, right? The death card, a literal death. But I'm hearing too, though, that although this is the death card, it doesn't always mean death, but this is just letting you know that this person is on the other side and they see that you're crying. I'm hearing they see your weariness. They see what you went through after they passed away, but they didn't want you to give away. They didn't want you to give up. Okay. It was just their time to go. And they're letting you know that I'm doing okay. They see the crying, they see the tears, they see what you're going through, what you are experiencing. They're happier on the other side. They're more comfortable on the other side. And I'm hearing to tell somebody, put the bacon down. Okay. I don't know if they're telling you about pork, but stop eating bacon. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, I have the death card, and you knew I have the 8 of Wands. Some of them possibly went real quick. Okay. Yeah, I kind of feel like after they told you, Virgo, or you found out, or you heard, or felt the message, or had the dream, or the premonition that they were going to pass away, it feels like you tried to, or you shared this conversation or this information with somebody else, but they didn't believe you. Okay. They didn't trust what you said. You possibly never got along with them anyway, because for whatever reason, you all didn't talk to each other. They didn't trust you. Maybe you didn't trust them or whatever. But I feel like when you heard that message that your loved one was going to pass away, you tried to share it. You tried to tell people. You put it out there. Okay. But nobody believed you. Nobody wanted to hear that. You talking BS. That's not going to happen. That's not what's going to happen. And let me say this. My sister-in-law, she's all bougie and in church and saved and all the things that show right. You can do what the hell you want to do. But that's my mother. You just her daughter-in-law, and she said she said that she had a dream. Our mom was in the kitchen. She said to all of us, "Our mama gonna be okay. I had a dream that she was in the kitchen cooking. Mama gonna be just fine. She gonna come out of this." In the back of my head, I say, "No, she not. Talk all the shit you want to, but I already know. Okay, I already know what's gonna happen to my mama. But some people think they know everything, but you're the one that truly knows. Okay, and sure enough, my mama passed. Sometimes you tell people stuff, for their own good to prepare them, but they don't want to listen. Another thing, I was born with what is called neurofibromatosis. Okay. I know you all have seen people who have who have not boils, but who have moles all over them. They have them all over their face, all over their body. That's what I have. My mother had it. I think she inherited it from her mother. Thank God it skipped my daughter. Okay. But my niece had it. My brother and the girlfriend and his wife who I was just talking to, his daughter has it. Okay. I think for whatever worse, it's worse on women in my family. But I told my sister-in-law, I think my niece was about maybe 1 or 2. I said, well, just to let you know, she gonna have what me and mama have. Okay. And she said, no, she not. No, she not. Don't say that. Okay, bitch. Why does my niece have neurofibromatosis? I told you, but you don't want to listen to me. Sometimes you just gotta let people stew in their own funky messes and leave them alone. Just keep what you heard or what you feel. Just leave it alone because they're not gonna believe you anyway. Just let them walk into it and experience it themselves. Now they calling me, asking me questions about it. What the fuck you calling me for? Ask a doctor. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they won't believe you, Virgo. And 2, I feel like they won't believe you because they're jealous of you. You stand up. You stand up and you stand out amongst them. You are the person in charge. Although this is the Emperor, I'm also picking up on the Hierophant energy. You are the highlighted one. I'm hearing you're always being ghosted too by your family and colleagues, but you are the Hierophant. You are the person that's passing these messages out, whether they want to hear it or not. Okay. And you're definitely protected by spirit. Spirit tells you stuff, shares things with you to protect you and to prepare you for the weaker people. They don't want to hear it. See? And they try their best to throw a wrench in whatever it is you're saying to talk about you. Oh, she don't know what the hell she talking about. Nikki don't know what the hell she talking about. That's just the devil. Well, no, it's not. Call it what you want, but I knew the truth. Okay. They don't want to hear what you got to say, and they try their best to trap you up. Okay. To trap you up and throw a wrench around what it was you said. They don't believe you. They don't believe in who you are. They don't believe in your abilities, your capabilities, or anything. They don't care. They don't want to hear the truth because they're not prepared for the truth. What did he say in that movie? You can't handle the truth. They can't handle the truth, Virgo. They can't handle the fucking truth. You tried to tell people, but they don't want to listen. Let them suffer. Instead of preparing yourself for the inevitable. Okay. All right. See, you tried to tell this person, these people of this energy that you know, the messages that you've heard, you dreamt, your premonition, however you received this information. You're just trying to prepare people, and they want to argue, fuss, fight, all of that stuff because you know the truth. You're in charge of that spiritual energy in your family, in your clan for a reason, because you can handle this. You can handle the truth. You can handle the truth. All right. I'm just trying to tell you the message I heard. I'm trying to tell you what my mother told me. She said, I'm dying. That's what my mother said. They didn't believe me. All right. I don't even think I told my sister and brothers that. I think I told my daughter and my brother. Okay. But yeah, we of course we loved our mother. We didn't want her to pass away, but we know we all have that death. We all are going to move on over to the other side. Okay. I can share so many instances of things like that, about accidents that I've had in a car, being forewarned about my daughter's godmother being going to pass away. It's just so many things, you all. You just never know. But I feel like you heard this message that this impending death was going to happen because you were the strongest in the family. I'm hearing the strongest in the fold, the family fold. All right. Okay, Virgo. Why were you warned about your loved one's impending death? Perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Because like I told you, they knew that you were the strongest. Like I said, I don't know if my mother told the rest of my sister and brothers that. I don't know, but I sure knew what she told me. And I went home the next day, like I said, that April, I never forget it, and worked on her poem. Sure did. Change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without change. It's going to be a big change for this loved one. They know that they were there, or they knew, or know at this point in time that that there was going to be a huge change in the lives of the family that was left behind. Okay, they knew that you were going to persevere. They knew that you would handle this so much easier. I think when my mother passed away, it was on a Saturday around 4:15, 4:32, or something like that. I was sitting next to her. She was in the bed. My daughter she was in the bed. I was in the chair next to her. My nephew was sitting there, and my daughter was standing up next to me on her phone like kids do. And she just took her last breath. I told my brother, I told my nephew, go tell everybody she gone. Everybody went up in an uproar. Okay. Screaming and crying. My sister rather picked my mother up, and held her and cried and cried. And, everybody said their goodbyes. And I called hospice because hospice had took over. So I called them and ended up calling 911 to come and pick her body up because 911 is literally right outside her door. But yeah, I mean, and I handled it. I still have moments, but I knew that she was ready. And we know that when somebody passes away on the other side, that their energy is still around us. Okay. They may not be here physically, but they're here around us. And after the funeral, I had an altar in my room. I had some flowers that somebody gave me. I had her obituary standing up next to a candle that I was burning. Middle of the night. I don't know what time of the night it was because I don't look at the time and when I wake up at night. I've really the obituary, stock paper is really heavy, and then what I heard, it tipped over like that. It just fell over. That's the only thing on that table. There's no wind blowing because I have plastic up to the windows, so I keep it up. I know there's no sense in me taking it down. I have a black curtain. I like to sleep in dark. So, and I heard that obituary fall over. I didn't even get up, but I heard. I said that Mama's obituary fell. That was just her coming around. So you're going to experience a lot of things, especially if you are the chosen one, the empath, the psychic, however it is you're picking up your spiritual energy. Okay, you're going to hear some messages. Sometimes they may not be comfortable. Sometimes they can be warnings, but something that you need to know because you're the strongest. You can handle this. All right. She thanks you. They thank you from the other side. Okay. So thankful for this life and the opportunity that it presents. Okay. So I feel like they thank you. They want to thank you for delivering these messages or for being the strongest person. Okay. And letting you know that they are at peace. And you will be at peace too. I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. So be at peace. And I'm hearing for you. They know or knew that you are the strongest one in the family. I keep hearing family fold. I feel like you've always had issues with your family, but for whatever reason, you've always been the chosen one. You've always been that person that they couldn't stand you. You couldn't stand them. They're always getting you in trouble, always talking negative BS about you. But for whatever reason, you've always been the strongest. That's possibly why your loved one was so hard on you. You've had a difficult relationship with them, but in the end, who did they rely on the most? Who did they give the responsibility for the funeral arrangements, the burial plans, maybe money left over for the family? You. And some of you got tricked out of your inheritance. That's all I'm going to say. Mm-hmm. I can go on and on, y'all. I can go on and on about some shit about my mother's passing and what happened after, but we're not going to talk about that. My mother specifically told me and my daughter that she wanted to be cremated. They overrode everything that me and my daughter told them at my mother's, at the meeting at the funeral home. They just ignored it. They didn't want to hear what we had to say. And come to find out, my mother left me and my daughter the money I pissed them off. Listen, my mother had just enough to bury her. I think $2,000 went to my daughter, which she can't get until she's 21. But I mean, they just gave it to us. But yeah, and my dad were pissed off. Well, my sister, she didn't understand what they were telling her about the amount of money, and because they thought my mother had a lot of money. She didn't, just enough to bury her. But yeah, they were mad. I thought that was quite funny. You don't want me to be involved in the planning, but yet and still, I'm the one in charge of the money. That's kind of. Anyway, yeah, you got this gut instinct about you. I told you you're the strongest person in your family. They don't want to hear what you got to say. They never understood. You have this intuition, this all knowing, and you sense and you're trusting the energy that spirit has told you or has communicated with you. No matter how you got this information, you knew. Okay, you knew. I knew that my daughter's godmother was going to pass away because I had a dream about her obituary, and I told my pastor's wife, the first lady, at her funeral. I had told her prior to this about the dream I had, and I said, if they bring us this obituary and it has her picture on the back, a black and white picture on the back surrounded by flowers, that was the dream I had. And sure enough, it was just the way I described it. It's just so crazy, you all. Wow. Maybe at a later time I'll tell you all of my other instances with spirit. You know that you know that you know, and nobody can take that away from you. Don't even doubt yourself. You know what the hell you heard. I was tussling with my daughter one day. She was trying, this was the time she tried to commit suicide. I had to call 911. So when I brought her back home the same day, we got into some sort of argument or whatever. She tried to leave out the house or what. I kept holding on to her so she wouldn't leave and hurt herself or anybody else. I was just holding her, trying to grab her. Stop, Bree, stop. All of a sudden I heard a voice in my right ear to say, let her go. And when I heard that voice, I stopped. I let her go. That little girl didn't go outside. She went in her room, closed the door, and played her damn game. What was I so upset for? Let her go. And I did immediately. She went in her room. Whew, child. You see things, Virgo. Imagination, focus, experience, and manifestation. You have an experience with a higher power, with being who you truly are. And nobody can take that away from you. You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in what you see, taste, feel, whatever. I'm serious. I'm feeling a lot of electrical energy right now. Some of you all are not believing in your spiritual gifts. Maybe you don't know the messages that you're hearing are true, or you're just afraid or embarrassed to use them. You got this gift for a reason. Please use it. Okay, it's necessary that you use this spiritual gift. Why were you warned before your loved one passed away? I just feel like even after this person passed away, they were still doubting you. Or they could have also been saying or had some sort of regrets. I should have spent more time. I should have did this. I should have did that or whatever. It's too late now. It's too late. I tried to tell you. Personal boundaries. Choice, assertiveness, empowerment, and authenticity. Okay. I feel like a lot of people, you had to be by yourself a lot, or you had to set some boundaries by letting your family go before this person passed away. Okay. I just feel like there's nothing that you could have done. I'm sorry for the blurriness. There's nothing that you could have done, Virgo, to keep this person alive, to do more with this person or whatever. This glare is driving me nuts. But yeah, I just feel like you had to set some boundaries and you stopped talking to your family shortly before the passing, but also possibly you stopped talking to the person who passed away because you all possibly had a difficult relationship. Me and my mother, we had a difficult relationship, but I took care of her with dignity, respect, honor, and grace. Okay, so when she passed away, I was okay. I was okay. Because I know on the other side is where she wanted to be, I'm feeling, and also where she needed to be because she had such a difficult life. And she's just the type of person that didn't try as hard, So sometimes we got to understand that when we get these messages, when we are enlightened by spirit, when we have this gift that is for a reason, because we're stronger, we can take it. Other people can't. Okay, other people can't. You're in this position. You hear these messages, Virgo, for a reason. Okay, because you can. I'm here. You can dig it. You can understand. Okay. You got pleasure here, enjoyment, beauty, sensuality, and indulgence. Enjoy your life. Okay. And I'm seeing too also that they're letting you know, and that the message, we got throat chakra. They're saying that sometime soon that they're going to send you a loved one of your own. Maybe in November. I got 9 plus 2, that's 11. Maybe November. Maybe that's their birthday, or maybe that's the month they passed away. My mother passed away in November. Okay, she actually passed away November 21st, on one of my nephew's birthdays. But he's gonna always remember that day. But yeah, they're saying that you're getting prepared for a union, prepare for a new person coming into your life who's going to bring you in joy, who's going to be a beautiful addition to your life and to the family at large. Okay. They want you to be happy, to be strong, and don't give up on your gift. You know, people don't have to believe you. People don't have to like what it is that you do. You know, my sister. Every time I say thinking about my sister, I'm hearing my daughter, my sister-in-law. She came to my house. I had bought some Girl Scout cookies from her and her daughter one time, and she said, well, you know, because I was telling her the bad problems, the things that were going on with my daughter at the time. And she said, well, Nikki, God don't like you doing the tarot. You need to, fuck you. This is my house. I can do what the hell I want to do. If you don't like it, you don't have to come in. But yet and still you come over every Thanksgiving to get a taste of my cooking. My brother called me last Thanksgiving, came and picked up some food for his family. And he called me crying. I'm like, what's wrong? Your food tastes just like mama's. I'm like, who do you think taught me how to cook like that? Okay. Telephone message. Believe in yourself. Don't let anybody doubt you. If you tell somebody what you see, sense, and feel, and they don't believe you, you knew. Don't even worry about it. The mind. It's not in your head. You just didn't imagine that. That shit happened for real. You experienced that for real. Be open with people. Be flexible with yourself. And this is a learning process. You're always going to be who you are. And if they don't like it, then they can just step. You are an enlightened being. That's why you were that's why you were delivered these messages, because you were the only one who could understand, sense, and feel what was going on. You got forewarned to forewarn other people, to prepare them, but they didn't listen. I'm glad that you listened. Okay, because we all have a death date. It's just that simple. Talk to you later.